In my last video, I ranked the maps of Hitman 2016, and the main missions did inform the decisions I made on that list. Today, I want to focus solely on the main missions and their merits to the story on offer. I'll be excluding the prologue and focusing on the 6 main missions from Paris to Qaeda, so without further ado, let's get started. Bottom of today's list is Paris, and in part it's due to one of the targets, Viktor Novikov. The post-mission scene reveals his connections to the Shadow client, yet what was his role in Iago besides being the face of the operation? Why wasn't Dahlia in that scene if she is the brain of the operation? The ending undermines what precedes it, as the mission itself is fun, with some fun challenges and opportunities. Yet by the time the game ends, what impact did their deaths have on the world 47 walks in? Maybe there will be hints in this nature in Hitman 2, but for now, the enjoyment of the map is not matched in the story it tries to tell. Also, the ICA are contracted to eliminate the heads of Iago, but aren't that fussed if the knock list they're selling is compromised or not. A small problem, yet one that once again undermines the story that is being told. Next up is Marrakech, which has a rather bland story compared to the rest of the game. The threat of a riot sounds promising, and the idea of a city on the brink of coming under martial law is tantalising, yet none of this happens. I would have liked to see a story that would have explored what had happened if Strandberg was killed first. How would Zaydan react to this? Would the riots stop outside? There's lots of missed potential in this story, where the focus is on what each target does in their respective base of operations, rather than how it affects those outside. There are some fun opportunities to complete in this level, such as dropping a moose on Strandberg, or getting Zaydan to lead an impromptu dance event, but the story of this mission could have been so much more. Finishing off the bottom half of this list is Bangkok, and again there is a sense of unfulfilled potential here due to the Cross connection. With Thomas Cross's name being mentioned offhand in previous levels, the idea of eliminating his son seemed tantalising, creating an idea that Cross Sr. would become more involved in the game because of this. Instead, he is killed off screen, setting off the chain of events that culminate in Colorado and Hokkaido. Like Marrakech, this is where NPC awareness of someone's death would have made the level much better, as Ken Morgan reacting to the news of Jordan's death would have mixed the level up each time, and trying to kill him once he was panicked would be a great challenge. Equally, Jordan hearing of Ken's death could create the opportunity for the son to speak to his father, however estranged they are, and discuss the incident. They're missed opportunities, but perhaps they would have been better than having 47 play the drums in Abel de Silva's absence. Sapienza is next, and the main mission is arguably the best of the standalone missions, which I consider Paris to Bangkok, due to the added complication of the virus. Its presence makes it clear why both targets need to be eliminated, and unlike the Iago knock list in Paris, you have to do something about the mischief being caused this time. The challenges on offer are varied enough to be believable, for the most part anyway, and the idea of taking out the virus, and it affecting Francesca's movements later on, sells the story to me that the targets are affected by actions elsewhere on the map. Despite this, the mission does fail to connect to the bigger picture, and it does feel like an isolated part of the bigger story that only becomes clear by the end of the mission in Bangkok. The penultimate entry in this list is Colorado, and Olivia Hull's absence is the reason for this not being number 1. The build-up to this level had centred around this young activist, and even if she was not a target, it is strange that she did not make an appearance in the level, however brief it could have been. Her absence is not too bad, as Sean Rose and his companions do make interesting targets, who for the first time in the game do feel like true villains, rather than people who had done or were doing bad things. From Rose the terrorist to Berg the torture expert, each character has a fully fleshed out backstory that is presented through the gameplay, rather than dossier files that the player can read before the level starts. The reveal at the end of this level about the organisation of Providence and the role of sodas is a great setup for the final level, but also answers questions from previous levels, as well as making this a great cliffhanger in the game heading into the final chapter. That leaves just one map, and you guessed it, it's Hokkaido. Qaeda was the best mission due to killing the man who had wanted to turn away 47. It's hard not to look at the mission and get drawn into the story this way, feeling satisfaction when you kill Sodas, however you kill him. The very idea that an opportunity presents itself to kill him by merely revealing yourself to him is a sign that this mission is the best. It's personal and I love it for that reason. I want to see more of this in Hitman 2, where the hunt for the Shadow Client has personal consequences for 47, even if it means we have targets like Yuki, who whilst dastardly, do not offer much of a threat to the overall arc of the series. The mission itself offers various approaches to take out both targets, one of the most enjoyable being getting the Chief Surgeon to kill Sodas for you, whilst pushing Yuki to her death never gets old. A good post-mission scene sets up an uneasy alliance that hopefully will be explored more in the future, though whether it is maintained or fractured is anyone's guess right now. And those are my choices, but do you agree? If you do, leave this video a like, although even if you disagree, why not leave it a like anyway and help and support my channel. Also, consider subscribing for updates on new videos released Monday through to Saturday. This is Josh, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.